welcome back to Choose Your Own Path. Today we're going to use our leftover bits of the dog, which is cottonwood. We have a whole whack of them in the back there, somewhere down there. We're going to carve ourselves an eagle feather. Arbortech, saber-tooth burr. We got our googles, ear protection, and our respirator. First time I'm going to try this. This is on a slanted piece, you can see. It's going to stand, well, it's going to stand upwards, but we're using our jaw horse to hold it in nice and tight, make sure it's there. I'm going to set it up, and we'll get back to you. All right, so here we're going to go with the Arbortech. This is about a 4 or 5 inch thick piece of wood, so we're trying not to go too deep, just following the pattern that I made. It's pretty soft, so it's easy to carve into. We're gonna basically get all that roundness, like depth-wise, so then afterwards, when we can figure out where we want to get the wood or the feather out, we can sort of dig out the rest of it. Here I'm just basically drawing a design, like just cutting in some slight angles, just to give it a different look. I went all the way around, not too deep, just enough, so then afterwards, all I had to do was sort of use the angle grinder and go sideways with it, and it'll take out more of like the inward, so it has like a slope to it. Here you can see I'm taking out that angle, just slightly trying to dig it out, going all the way from the bottom, kind of all the way to the other side of the top, just thinning it out just enough so that it'll have that kind of outlook of it being pulled off of the wood, so the feather would be a lot higher up. And here I'm just finishing up on the sanding, basically trying to get things organized so that I could just take a normal sander to it afterwards. I'll show you the process. We'll be putting the stain on next. Alright guys, so as simple as shaping it out, digging it out so the feather sticks upwards, a couple of lines. We're going to clean this all up. We're going to sand it down, clean it up, get some better lines in here for the feathering. We're going to burn it, stain it, see what it looks like. All right. Okay, so we did a little bit of burning. What we're going to do is we're going to add our Danish oil. I ran out of gloves, so you know what, be very careful. Either way, when you're staining, you don't want to get the stuff on you. Any kind of stain, you know, it's just not good. So we're just gonna douse our eagle feather, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna let it dry, and we're gonna airbrush some color on our feather. We're gonna give it a white and black kind of look. That'll be the next step to do it. Once this dries, it won't take very long because we're gonna put this project outside and let it dry in the sun. So we want to get, oh, see, these are the shits. I don't want to go and touch that. Maybe I have a brush. I have a brush. Let's just do the brush. There we go. So let's try to get everything covered in a stain. Maybe a little bit more Danish oil, a lot more. This cotton wood, not the bark, sucks in the stain pretty good. So it'll absorb it, and then you'll have to maybe reapply another coat if you really wanted to. You can see it really turned out. The color is, I like the color. I think the color looks really good on it. But it is taking a lot of it in. Get some more here. Now you could use any kind of stain for your project. That's up to you. I like the Danish oil. I like the darker stains. I think they make it all look really good. Makes it pop out. And guys, this wasn't a very long project. It took me maybe half an hour at the most. So that's the fun thing about, again, when you have the right tools for the job, things go that much easier. So, like I say, you don't have to go spend tons of money on tooling. Just get out there and look for the better stuff. If you can't afford the Arbor Tech and all that, like that's a pricey tool. It cost me a good penny for that one. But it's worth its project. It's worth its time in projects, because you know what? If you're making something and it's selling, it pays it off really well. I just think it's worth buying. Like when I say cuts all, I tell you guys, go check out, even if you just look at the site, once you pop in my promo code RVWoodcraft, you'll save yourself 5 to 10% off. First purchase, I think, is 10%. After that, it's 5%. That's just the way they work it. It's really worth the tooling to get yourself a good rotary tool. I recommend a Dremel. I know it's a little bit more, sorry, I said Dremel, I meant Fordham. That, because it has more RPM. It doesn't, I think the shafts break too easily on the Dremel. I mean, a Dremel, prove me wrong, send me something that doesn't break, that doesn't crap out on you, and I'll change my tune. But right now, yeah, it's all Fordham. Fordham is the go-to tool for us on this channel. Proxxon, very good tooling. Lighter, I would recommend that tool for lighter woods, like something very soft. It just needs a little bit more oomph. And again, the way they have it set up, as in the tooling of how it works, like how it's hooked up, is a little bit different. All right, so that's just my opinion. Still a great company, really great tool itself. Don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing them down. I'm just not a huge Dremel fan, because they haven't proven to me that they were, they're that special of a brand. Everybody seems to, there's a couple of YouTubers on there that's all they use. You know what? All I see is people breaking their shafts and everything. So guess what? If that's the way you want to, endorse them, go ahead. I won't until they show me something better. Now, don't get me wrong. They do have a better flex shaft, they say. It's a heavy duty one. But then again, I don't own a Dremel myself to compare it to. I had one, as my nephew gave it to me to borrow. I used it. It worked. I'd still, personally, I want to stick to the Fordham. Fordham is the tooling company for me. I'm not endorsed by them. They don't sponsor me. They don't, nothing even for reviews on their site. So that would be something that they would have to contact if they're interested. All right, let's get back to the project. So I think that is looking pretty good, guys. I don't know if you can see that. We'll get a better shot of it after. And again, once it dries, we'll even get a better view of what we're doing. I just like to make sure that it's all coated properly, You can put enough of this Danish oil on, let it dry. You could wipe it down if you want, but I've noticed that this wood really sucks it right in. So, which is a good thing. It means it's getting a lot of good protection. Alright, so we are going to leave that as that. I think that's the best we can do with it right now. Underside we didn't get to do because I don't want to really touch. I don't want to touch the stain as much if I have to. I'm gonna leave it on the Lazy Susie, bring it outside. So let's get you down here to look at this and see what you think. Feather sitting on a nice piece of cottonwood, not cottonwood bark. I even signed it for myself or for whoever. And yeah, we are going to let it dry, and then we're going to detail it with some airbrushing so that the feather pops out. The rest of it looks good. It'll just take time to dry. All right, let's get, guys. So we're all done. Do a little bit of airbrushing on it. You can see it stands like that. And yeah, got some black and some white. And yeah, it's a little bit off, but I mean, it's art, man. That's what it is. Probably gonna seal it up. Do like the rest of them. Put a little epoxy on them, like those guys. It's got a little bit of a separation in there, so it's sticking out. Got some great colors. Right, check out the website I post on here. I'll put it in the description. Use my promo code RV Woodcraft. Save yourself a couple bucks. Don't be shy to use it, man, because everybody needs those tools. And if I could do it, you can do it. And choose your own path. Thanks for watching.